It's been a year. Sawadee khatukan, je m'appelle Axel and I'm a French woman living in Bangkok, Thailand. In fact, I have been living in Bangkok, Thailand for over a year now. What the fuck? I want to preface this by saying that I can't believe it's been a year. I know we all say time flies by and all of that shit, but for real, I feel like I've been here simultaneously forever and also for literally 5 minutes. This gap year has been, spoiler, the best decision I've ever taken, but also it's gone by like this. It's flabbergasting. So anyways, today this video is gonna be a complete analysis of all of my feelings about this gap year. So this is gonna be a long video. This is just a talking video. I really enjoy doing these and I hope you will enjoy that one. So yeah, I really have so much to say, so let's get started right now. Let's go. So I have made a list on my phone with just bullet points and I will talk freely, podcast style on each of them. I want to start with the bad of this gap year because there has been some bad. This was not a perfect year because no year ever is. And I want to start with the negative because it's way smaller and way more insignificant than the positive. So let's get that shit out of the way and then let's focus on the good things. So the first thing is, if you follow me on Instagram, my pictures are fire if I say so myself. You will know that I have a hatred for immigration. Also, so if you watch my original video of me announcing I'm going to Thailand for a gap year and I explain my thought process for everything and for choosing my visa. Sadly, Thai immigration is horrible. There is no working holiday visa. There is no 1-year visa for tourism at all. The longest visa for tourism you can get is 3 months, which I chose because I wanted to travel. And I was like, if I get a student visa, the hours to be accepted was 5 days a week, 4 hours a day. So basically I would have only the weekend to travel, which was not enough for me. And I wanted the freedom to travel. I don't regret that decision, but if I were to do it all over again, I would not do that. I would not make that choice simply because I did not travel enough for me to warrant getting this tourist visa and all the trouble that came with it. So let's get down to it. So when I arrived in Thailand, everything was fine. I came in with my visa, so this was completely normal, completely fine, and then I just got in. Perfect. And then after 2 months, I had to go to the immigration to renew because the way this visa works, instead of giving you 3 months straight up, they give you 2 months. And after 2 months, you have to pay the equivalent of 50 euros or 1,900 baht to immigration and do a whole process to say, yes, I want to stay 1 more month, which in my opinion is fucking ridiculous. But anyways, so I did that and it was horrible. It was literally hell because I arrived in May in rainy season. So this was in July. It was raining, and when it's raining, Grab taxis do not accept your demand. I think and everyone wants to go home. So taxis are completely booked. No one will accept you. So yeah, I got to immigration, which is in this government building that looks like straight up out of the USSR. Literally it's those cold, super big buildings with nothing to give you joy in that building. It's literally so depressing. I hate it so much. It's my personal hell. And I get there and I don't know anything. And I got an appointment and I don't know anything, and just finding the immigration office was horrible. Literally I had to walk so much. It was so horrible. I hated it so much. So this was already shit, but then I finish. I have my 1 more month on my visa, on my passport. I go out and tell me why it just started raining and no taxi will accept me. And I have to tell you something. They don't put the immigration building in the center of Bangkok where everyone is fucking living. They put it near the airport, not Suvarnabhumi airport, the other airport called Don Mueang, which is super north of Bangkok. It is so fucking far, folks. There is no BTS, no public transport near it. So you have to take a taxi to go there. And how can I take a fucking taxi if it's raining? So literally I waited and waited and waited and waited and waited, and it's like time is rolling and I already spent my whole day doing this shit, okay? So I'm like, okay, I have my umbrella, let me walk. And because it's a government building, it's not giving, like, the main road is not closed at all. So I literally was the only one walking with my umbrella. It's raining out of that government complex. Everyone in their car were looking at me like, the fuck this bitch doing? Like, I was like, bitch, do you think I want to be walking under the rain? No, but I have to. So then I get onto what I thought to be the main road. Nothing. I keep calling taxis, keep calling taxis. Did not find. Ultimately, I walked so much. I was so exhausted. It was hell. I had to find like a cafe. I waited, then it stopped raining. I ordered a bike because literally no car would pick up to get me to the BTS. And then I had to do the whole BTS line to go home. Like, literally hell. So that was my first experience, and that was the best experience I got. So after that, like, I got this, I start my visa demand, my new tourist visa demand online. So I give my visa demand everything. So I give them all the documents. I was going to Bali. I booked my trip to Bali in August. I was like, look, I will come back from Bali, blah, blah, blah. And, they write me back like, oh no, you need to be coming from Paris, like, every time you come back with a tourist visa. I was like, Nani? Like, I was like, flabbergasted. I'm like, are you fucking dumb to your fucking core, bitch? Like, I'm sorry, I'm gonna use strong words. I know it's not the employee's fault, but I'm sorry, this is so frustrating. Like, the bitch, I'm in Asia, 12 hours away. Right now with the war in Ukraine, like, the tickets have literally doubled their prices, the flight tickets. So you think I'm gonna get on a flight, come back to Paris to refly to fucking Thailand, where I'm in Thailand right now to begin with, dumb bitch. So I literally had to cancel this because obviously I did my demand a month in advance. They replied to me like 2 days before my Bali trip. Like, nah. So I went to Bali and it was a really great trip. Like, I really liked it. Then I come back and I pray they let me in with the visa exemption. The visa exemption is literally you arrive, you're like, yeah, hi, I will stay less than 30 days. Please put a stamp on my passport. And they're like, okay. So I arrive and I tell them that, like, yeah, I'm gonna stay 30 days. And they're like, can we see your flight back? I'm like, bitch, I don't have a flight. I'm lying. So then, like, I was like, oh, sorry, I haven't chosen it yet. I'm gonna book it this week. So then she stamped my fucking passport. So that's how I stayed 2 more months. So we are 5 months in. So then 5 months in, I did my new tourist visa. This went well. This went okay. So then I came back and my parents visited me in December. And because I was like, literally, we ran around the whole country. It was insane. Like, it was the craziest trip I've ever done. Like, I thought my trip, like my first trip to Thailand with my best friend 3 years ago, where we ran around, was a lot. But this was even crazier because we didn't do just the center and the north. We did center, north, and south. Like, bitch, we were all over Thailand for 20 days. Insane. Anyways, so I literally didn't have time to even think about doing my new visa demand. So I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to do it last minute. So I decided to go to Vietnam, and come back with, visa exemption. And this was one of the most stressful experience ever, because I was like, I've been here for 6 months now. No more, for 8 months now. I literally don't know, how to do. By the way, I also had to go to the government complex with my parents to renew my tourist visa for 1 more month, like I did the first time around. And it was, I told my parents, see, this is my life. And since then, my parents are like, girl, dear daughter, like, stop doing that shit. This is so stressful. I was like, I know. It's not my choice. Okay. So then I come back from Vietnam, and I was in Hanoi and I hated that trip. It was a really shitty trip. I did not like, Hanoi for some reason. I was really just like, I was tired, especially since that trip was only 20 days after my parents were in Thailand. So I was exhausted of running around and I didn't want to go there, but I had to. So I came back and my parents made me a fake ticket saying I was coming home, like less than 30 days after, because I came back also with the visa exemption and I was so stressed out. I swear to God, I'm not really an anxious person anymore. I used to be very, very, very anxious. Now I'm not really, but this was, I think, the closest I've ever gotten to a panic attack. I was like, if they reject me, all of my stuff is in Bangkok in my apartment. Like, I literally don't know what to do. So I arrived, and literally they checked twice my fake ticket saying I was going back home. They checked it twice. Then I went to the counter of like a lady who looked really nice. She was young, she had glasses, she looked like nerdy and nice and everything. And then she calls her superior that looked super like, I was like, I'm fucked. Bye-bye. I'm being deported back to my country. Thank you. And so, no, at the end, they also stamped my passport. And I was like, okay, I am never doing this shit again. Like, I cannot. So then we arrived 2 months later. By the way, visa exemption, you can renew it after 1 month for 1 more month, which I did every time. So both times I got a visa exemption, this is what I did. So we arrived beginning April, and I was really lucky with that visa exemption because of COVID, to lure tourists back in, they put the visa exemption, instead of it being 30 days, you could stay for 45 days without a visa. So I got this when I came back in January. So I could stay until April 8th. And then literally I redid my tourist visa demand for a new one. I was like, okay, I need to stay only 2 more months. So that's perfect. I'll do the tourist visa, blah, blah, blah. And then what happens? They again rejected me because of the ticket thing. I was like, what the fuck? I cannot take it anymore. So basically, last minute, I had to do like a visa run to Cambodia. So literally, I took a van at 4 a.m. on the parking of a fucking like supermarket. Literally, it's the creepiest thing ever. I arrived, it's in the complete darkness, okay? There's these guys with flashlights. I'm like, bitch, am I about to be like trafficked? And honestly, it was really creepy, but I saw some other people, so I was kind of reassured. I get into this van with stranger. I'm like, bitch, I hope this is not like I did not just walk into a trap, but I was so desperate, you guys. So this is also why I'm saying like immigration was absolute hell for me. So I get into this van, they take our passports. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die here. I have a really bad feeling about this shit. Like, this is not okay. And they give us back our passport, and basically, yeah, they drove us all the way to Cambodia. We arrived. I thought they would try to make it seem like less obvious that this is completely a tourist thing. Like they do it on purpose. Literally, I'm not fucking kidding. Everything in that like station thingy is made to be super quick. So you arrive. Literally, once you arrive in Cambodia, there's one small bridge between Thailand and Cambodia. You arrive in Cambodia, you have the arrival counter. Literally next to it, you have the departure. It is so obvious that it's just meant to like stay for 1 more month. So I did that. I come back. It was like 12-hour van thing. It cost quite a bit. And also, because I already had bought my tickets and everything, I lost about 100 euros of plane tickets because I was supposed to go to this Vietnamese island I've seen like Instagram reels on it now, and I'm fucking frustrated because it looks so fucking beautiful, and now I'm mad that I didn't get to go. But anyways, so I came back and I could stay 1 more month, and then last week I was struggling. A day after my birthday, I literally went to immigration for 2 days in a row, because the first day I waited all day, did not get to see someone. Like, it was horrible. To get it renewed for 1 more month. I can safely say, like, I have been through hell and back to stay in this country. And the scariest thing is obviously, yeah, you're like, are they gonna deport me? And I know, like, I have an immense privilege, which is that I have a French passport, which is one of the strongest passports on this earth. I am seen as a white woman, therefore I know I am way more privileged than like people from third world countries or like poorer countries. But still, it was the most draining thing. I feel like I could not relax for more than a month at a time. Like, the first 2 months I was in Thailand, not even the first month I was in Thailand was the only one where I was completely fully relaxed and enjoying my time and not stressing about where am I gonna be and everything. Now I'm more relaxed. Honestly, with this whole visa run and shit, I was more relaxed because I think I've gotten used to it, and I'm like, there's nothing money can solve. So I literally can do a visa run to Laos or a visa run to Cambodia. So I am more relaxed now, but I have to say this is like the biggest negative point of this gap year. And this is also why I would, if I had to do it again, I would definitely get a student visa, because this is not like, I didn't even travel that much. So I don't think it warranted all of this trouble, and I spent so much more money. I did get to travel a lot, and like I went to about 15 cities during my gap year. So I'm not complaining. I'm not like, oh my God, I had to travel. How shitty. Not at all. And you will see the travels are in the good side, or the good points of this gap year. But it was definitely a really, 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 big stress factor in my life, especially since I'm here alone. Like if I get deported, that shit like is so scary. The second bad point of this gap year, and it's not really like that bad of a point, but it had a negative impact on me, was money. So, you know, before that I was still living with my parents, and I never have worked a full-time job. So it is, for me, it was a really great privilege for me to be still able to, like, literally the food I ate was food bought by my parents. The place I stayed at was rent paid by my parents. Everything, pretty much everything was paid by my parents, except the things I paid with the money I have saved, or the money that I got while working. See, so it has been very stressful to be living alone. I love it, but I really realized the value of money this year. I realized that you really need money for everything, especially in Thailand, where you need like a aircon. Just staying inside costs you money in electricity fee, especially since, as you all know, I've been scammed of my electricity fee by my building, which, anyways, I'm glad to be leaving them soon. But yeah, so I really realized like everything costs money, and so much money, and bills rack up. You can also watch my video on how much I spend in a month in Thailand. It's a really good video. You can see I find everything expensive, because I am a cheap bitch to my core. So anyways. But yeah, I just like, it was very stressful. For me, that was the two stressful aspects, where I was like, the worst moments were when my savings like have been dwindling towards the end, and having to tell my parents like, oh, dad or mom, can you send me some money right now, because I literally don't have enough to pay my rent or something. So that has been a very humbling, a very stressful moment in my life too. But it has also made me realize that it has also really contributed to my growth. So I am not complaining, but it was definitely a stress factor, especially since I was not working or anything. So for me, yeah, I would say, if you want to come to Thailand, the first option would really be to find a job, but it's very, very, very hard. You find a job before you come. You do not come without finding a job, bestie, okay? You find a job before you come, and then if you can't find a job, I would say, do a student visa. Yeah, definitely. The third bad point would be the fake friends I made along the way. So you will see friendship is a really big aspect in the good point sections, but like I have met a lot of wonderful people and a lot of people here, which has been amazing. But among those people, I've met a lot also of disappointing people, fake friends. I've had 3 big friendship dramas, which was very shocking. I think it's because I'm a confrontational person, so I don't let shit just fizzle out, which maybe would be better, because it's not like one big fight and like, people's feelings are less hurt, but it's too uncomfortable for me. Like if I'm feeling bad, I will tell you, and I don't give a fuck if it ends our friendship. If such a small thing will end our friendship, it is not worth it for me to continue the friendship with you. I've had one girl ghost me. I've had people ghost me on my birthday. I've had a very, sad birthday this year, like, because I have already trauma associated with friendship and being abandoned on my birthday, from past friendships. So it has been a hard, coming to terms, but this is where I see my growth. And that's also will be another point I will talk about later, that I really took this, I think, with a lot of dignity, and I took this way better than I did in previous years. So yeah, it has been hard, because it has gotten my mood down in certain moments, to think that, oh shit, I'm connecting with this person so well, and then I realize this person is literally mentally fucked up. Like the problem is I'm attracted, and when I say attracted, like not like, oh, I want to fuck you or I want to date you, but in friendship I'm very attracted to broken people, because I used to be broken. I am still broken in many ways, and I love people who are on their healing growth journey. But sadly, what I realized is even older people than me, I would think they would be as healed, if not more healed than me, but usually they would be way lower on their healing journey than me. And therefore it created an imbalance where I felt like they were completely immature, and they took that shit out on me because they were insecure. And there is nothing more annoying to me than insecure people putting their insecurity or their trauma onto you. Like, your trauma and your insecurity is not my responsibility. I have been through hell and back. I have hated myself so much that I could not spend 1 second without thinking like horrible shit about myself. Yet I've never put that on other people. Even when I was at my most insecure, I never took it out on others. I never put down others. And there is no one I despise more than people who take out their own problems onto others. So yeah, that was a negative point. I have gotten over it. I think I'm really on a social and friendship journey, and coming to Bangkok was a huge, kicker to start this journey and kind of kick off the status quo I was stuck in back in Paris. And so but it doesn't mean that I am not someone who is deeply sensitive, who gets deeply attached to people, even people I haven't known for that long. And therefore the fake friends and the friendship dramas I've dealt with have been a negative point and have affected me, especially the first friendship drama I was in that left me through all of the month of November feeling really depressed and sad, because I took it personally. But yeah, I am working on it and I'm growing so much. So yeah. Similarly, coming from that, this year, because I've put myself out there about 1000% more than I ever did back in Paris, it has led to a lot of uncomfortable questions about myself and a lot of uncomfortable growth, because I have been confronted to so many feelings I did not experience prior to this. It's very uncomfortable. So it is a bad point, but it leads to a good point. So it's not that bad. It's not that big of a deal, but it also means that I was not like, when I say this was the happiest year of my life, which it was, it's not that I was like, hey, for the whole year. Not at all. I would say I actually spent half the year not being that happy, or being more self-introspective, or more focused on myself, more analyzing why I'm feeling sad or whatever. And so that's a bad point because it did affect my happiness, overall happiness. I was sometimes in a bad mood, sometimes like really affected by exterior forces, but it does lead to growth on my part. So honestly, it is a bad point that leads to a good point, so I don't really care that much. And the last bad point, and then we're gonna go into the good things because I feel like I've complained enough, is content creation. I've been really dissatisfied with the content creation I've done. I have very complicated feelings with my channel. I literally love it so much. And right now I actually have gotten my inspiration back. I have so many video plans for you guys. But it has been very hard because, as you all know, I complain about it often, but YouTube does not promote my channel whatsoever. So I do want to take this moment to please say, if you enjoy my content, share it. Like, I'm being genuine, because YouTube will not share my content. Like, literally, once a good video in under 24 hours, like, reach 1,000 views, YouTube stops promoting it completely. So that video completely dies, okay? And these are for the videos that are popular. The other videos are completely forgotten, okay? So I am really asking you, if you enjoy my content, share it with people that you think you are. If you have a Twitter account, I know Twitter is dying, whatever. If you have a Twitter account, share it on Twitter. If you have a Tumblr account, share it on Tumblr. I do not care. Even if you have just that one friend who also watches Thai drama or loves Thailand, please share my videos. Like, literally at this point, it is very disheartening, but also I literally love my content so much. I am so proud of my content. So I do not want to stop like making that content, but at some point I will have to, because it does not bring me any money or any even if gratification or validation, because it's not seen by practically anyone, okay? And if you are seeing this, if you are watching this, okay, I thank you to the bottom of my heart. Like, I really mean it, because literally you are so rare. You are so real for being here, even with the lack of YouTube promotion. So yeah, I really want to ask you, if you want to, you don't have to, but like, that would be nice, to promote my content, because YouTube is not doing it for me. So yeah, sorry, that was a complete different tangent, but what I wanted to say is, yeah, when I arrived in Bangkok, I had like all these plans. I need to do this video. I have a complete, Word document with my video ideas, and there's literally about 200 video ideas in that document. And that was like, there was a section that was like videos for when I'm in Thailand. And I had also about like 50 video ideas in that section. And I barely did any of them. So yeah, I think I was so busy. I was so like with my traveling, I have so many things that I could not really catch a breath and try to organize my life. But now I think I've like, it kind of has settled down on me, and I'm kind of more calm and more like organized. So yeah, I'm getting back to content. You like, be ready, because this summer there's going to be so much content for me. I am like ready. Okay. I already have so many videos on the back burner, like ready to edit. So just saying. So yeah, I just want to say, like, I was dissatisfied with my content creation, but in the past couple of months, I have managed to kind of get back into it. So yeah, it's not that bad. Now let's go to the good. Okay, so the first point will be, I already kind of spoiled it. I'm sorry. I am way happier here. There is something about the sunlight being constant, 12 hours of sunlight every day of the year, that really suits my brain. I don't even care when it's raining or whatever. I just need that fucking sunlight. Okay, I need this stability of the sun rising at 6 a.m. and setting at 6 p.m. is literally perfect to me. Like, I love it. Like, I've told you before that I hate winters in Paris. I cannot stand the lack of sunlight. It really has an effect on my happiness and mental health. And I really saw, like, this was like, I kind of verified my hypothesis this year, because I was like, okay, I have a problem with winters in Paris, the lack of sunlight. I know it. I literally always have seasonal depression. But now let's see if I move to a country that does not have seasons like back in Europe, this will change something. And it did. It absolutely did. But more than that, like, I feel like Bangkok is way easier to make friends in. Way easier to have a social life in. There's so many like good places, cute places. It's just like a really good place to hang out with people. My whole lifestyle shift and like everything in my life has made it so I am way happier here. And I think when you move to a new country, especially one that, like, again, everyone knows I've been obsessed with Thailand for a while, but when you move to a new country, you are so much more open to change, to cultural differences, to trying out new things. And that is such like a good thing, because when you are in your comfort zone, it's very hard to make any change to your life. And I've been knowing for a while what changes needed to be made, but I really needed to come here to make them. And so yeah, I'm just like, I've been way happier. Even when I'm sad, it just doesn't hit the same as back when I was in France. So yeah, love it. Then we have my insane growth. I kind of talked about it a little bit before. Literally, I don't think I can recognize the Axel of a year ago. I think I've put myself through very uncomfortable moments, very vulnerable moments, but it has led to so much growth on so many levels. I feel so much more grown. I feel so much more calm. I feel so much more spontaneous, so much more adventurous, so much more social. I'm still the same person, because I am still the same Axel with the same goals, the same dreams, the same personality, but grown, but like adult, you know? And it's been so beautiful to realize, like, wow, a year ago I would have freaked out about that, or wow, a year ago I would have like cried about that, or like been destroyed over that. And now I take it with a lot of resilience, a lot of philosophy. yeah, it's been, I can't even describe it in words how much I've changed. My philosophy in life and my outlook on life has completely changed. And I've really realized what I need to be happy, what I need to be myself. And it's been really, really great to be able to truly know myself completely, I feel. Obviously, I'll keep learning about myself and I will continue changing. But it's been really, really beautiful to like realize how much I've changed for the best. Kind of going hand in hand with that, I have adulting. Again, this was my first time living alone, and I have finally, I think, taken the responsibility of being an adult. Like, I do everything on my own and I don't really need to ask people. And when I say people, my parents, their opinion about it. I think before I would be like, I want to travel. Like, what do you think about it? Or I would like share a lot about it, the process, which meant that even if I was doing most of the work and most of the thinking and everything, my parents were still so involved. And I think it comes from the fact that first I was still living with my parents. Also, I'm an only child, so I'm very, very close to my parents. And I realized that like now I understand what it's like to have to pay bills, to like clean your apartment every week and to do your laundry and to buy the fucking products to clean your apartment with, like all these small details that like would be like, oh, that's so dumb. But that I could not get a grasp on unless I lived alone. Even just feeding myself. Here we don't have tap water that is drinkable. So being like, oh shit, I need to buy enough water to have like enough water to survive and not be super thirsty. And all of these aspects that I was very sheltered to until I lived alone. And I have really felt myself growing. And I think I said it in my original video announcing my departure for Thailand, which was that I was like, I'm gonna adult. And I really feel like I have. Obviously, I'm still kind of young. I'm 24 now. And I know and I still have so much to adult with. But I think I kind of ripped most of the band-aid already. So now I feel like no matter where I get to live next, what I get to do next, I am so much more equipped and ready to live, and to truly live as an adult in this world. So for me, that's a really good thing, even though, of course, it has come with some annoying stuff that you have to do and a lot of responsibility. But mostly it has been a great thing that makes me feel, again, more equipped in life and more ready to take on anything that comes my way. The fourth point is gonna be the travel. So as I said, I traveled to 15 cities this year. I wrote them down. Let me tell them. Bangstan, Pattaya, Bali, Chiang Rai, Chiang Mai, Da Nang, Hoi An, Nakhon Pathom, Krabi, Phuket, Ayutthaya, Koh Phi Phi, Hanoi, Hua Hin. Plus, of course, Bangkok. So I have been to many places, mostly in Thailand, a little bit in Vietnam. I've been to 3 cities in Vietnam and Bali, which is in Indonesia. And obviously these travels, like I have realized some things that I don't really love solo traveling as much as I thought I would. Like I've been a pretty lonely person for a very long time. Again, I'm an only child and I think I grew up kind of feeling alone. And also I'm someone who's always felt kind of different and special from others. So I've always felt like I was kind of alone and lonely in this world. So I thought like, oh, solo travel is gonna be perfect for me. But actually I realized that I still enjoy it and I still have fun and I still appreciate those trips. But I kind of realized it pretty much immediately. Like I'm a talkative person and if I'm going somewhere that's super cool, I want kind of to be this bitch and be like, look, this is pretty, or like, you get what I mean? Like share what I'm witnessing with someone. And I realized that for me, like sharing that experience with someone is part of traveling for me. I feel like traveling, but not having anyone to share these experiences with is not really completely my cup of tea. Now, will I continue to do solo travels? Absolutely. And I think it depends. If I'm doing a beach trip, I can do totally that on my own. Like, I don't need someone to just chill at the beach with, you know. It's not that big of a deal. But if I'm doing like a trip where we're gonna go to museums or to monuments, to like do more like touristy stuff than just lay on the beach, I really appreciate having someone by my side to travel with and share this experience with. But in general, I've really enjoyed all of my travels. I have feel so lucky to be in Bangkok, which is very central to Asia, where I could kind of travel everywhere. I'm really hoping that I will continue to travel this much in the rest of my life, because I feel like now traveling has become something everyone is supposed to enjoy, but I think some people are more meant for it than others. And I've always felt like, even before it was trendy for Instagram or whatever, even before it was democratized for everyone to enjoy, I've always been like, I literally got on a plane when I was 6 months old, bitch. Like, I went to see my family in Lebanon at 6 months old. All the other babies were crying on the plane. I didn't cry. Like, I was like, this is my element, like, slay. So yeah, I feel like travel is in my blood. My mom is a Lebanese immigrant to France. My grandma is Belgian and came to France for work. My Lebanese family, some of them have immigrated to Canada. Like, I feel like travel is in my family blood. It's in my bloodline. Okay. So it is something that I am really, really into and I really love. And yeah, I'm so happy that I got the occasion to travel for very cheap. I think my most expensive trip was 400 euros. 400 euros, bitch. And it was to Bali. Like, what? Literally, when I was in Bali, I met a lot of French people. Like, French people love Asia so fucking much. And literally, I was like, wow, these people got on a flight. I think it's a 16-hour flight or something to Indonesia. And they must have paid so much. And for me, I literally came. It was a 4-hour flight. It was super cheap. It was 100 euro the flight. Like, literally slay, you know, like, so I just like, I feel so privileged and so happy that I got to travel this much. And I saw so many, like, I saw so many gorgeous things for this year. I cannot believe it, how many gorgeous, beautiful places I've visited. It's literally insane. And it was a big purpose of me coming on a gap year too. And I feel like, even though I didn't travel as much as I wanted, I still traveled plenty, and I'm so happy I did. Now we get to the 5th good point, but honestly, I feel like it should have been maybe number 1, is the friendship/social aspects. I've been someone who was dissatisfied with her friendships for a long time. I think I've always wanted like a big group of friends. You know, I think like most people have kind of always secretly aspired to be popular. And I never was. I think for a long time, I thought socially I peaked in middle school, which, to be fair, I literally did, which is fucking embarrassing. Like, some people say peaking in high school is embarrassing. Bitch, I peaked in middle school. Okay. And now this year is kind of my new peak of sociability. So that's insane. But yeah, I think as I said, I used to be a very anxious person, and I had a lot of social anxiety. And I think, you know, I think it's because I'm someone I'm not mainstream. I'm not like other girls. Like, I would say I am different than most people. I think you can see that at my aesthetic. I don't like calling it my aesthetic. It's just who I am. I'm very colorful. I like bold makeup. I like bold colored hair. I am plus size. I am tall. I stand out. There is literally, and this is something I realized, is like, there is literally no celebrity in this world that I know of that looks like me. And this has been since I was fucking born. Like, I've never looked on the screen and recognized and been like, oh, she's like me. Literally, the only character I can say looks like me is the main character in Encanto. And she's Latina. I'm half Lebanese. Like, so we are not even of the same ethnicity, you know? But yeah, it's been, I think, because I've always been aware that I'm very different from people, and everyone thinks they're different. Everyone thinks they're special. I'm gonna be honest, a lot of them are not, but I do know that I am. I have so many lived experiences through that. And so it's been very, very difficult for me to get friendships that were fulfilling to me. I've been taken for granted so much, and the friendships that do respect me are not varied enough for me, because most people, they only have one type. They're like, oh, I'm a very boring person who likes to stay home or like do nothing crazy. Or then you have the crazy party people, and I am all of it. Like, I love partying and I love staying at home chilling, just talking for hours about nonsense. And I love going to cute cafes and exhibitions and I love all of it. Okay. So I am a very varied, very layered person. Thank you. So for me, yeah, it's been really, really great to, even though I have kept only a few friends out of all the people I've met this year, it's been really, really great to test out my muscle of socializing with people. Because until then, especially with COVID, I literally stopped, like, I already was not very good at talking with people. Like, I sucked at small talk. I sucked at, like, approaching people. I would be so shy to approach people, so I would ignore them. Literally, at my last job, I made a kind of friend, and he's super cool, and he's literally a singer. And, like, he slays. He's, like, for real, I'm being honest. And literally, we were coming home in the metro together, and he was like, you should try to socialize more, because, these people are really nice. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Because during lunch, I would see them all eat together at the same table. And I was shy. And he was the one who called me over to come sit with them. And the thing is, I'm someone who's very loud. I am very talkative. I am an introvert, but I have a lot of extroversion inside of me, a lot of it. And therefore I was like, oh yeah, I didn't know what to reply to him, because for me, it looked awkward to approach them. But now, my perspective on it, again, I said I've grown so much, I've changed so much, would be completely different. Now I feel like I would approach people easier. It's still not easy to me. It's still very hard for me because I'm putting myself on the line. But it's way easier for me to now approach people, to be more sociable, more open to people. And this has been because I've flexed this muscle. I've like practiced all year making friends, because as soon as I arrived to Thailand, I was swiping on Bumble BFF and going on so many Bumble BFF dates and meeting so many people. And through these people, I've met other people randomly. And it's just worked so well for me. And I just feel like now this thorn in my backside that I had for so long, that I felt so like such a stranger to social interactions. I always felt so out of place. This thorn has been taken out of my back, and I gotta say, like, it feels really, really good. And I know I will continue becoming more social and flexing this muscle. And I am so happy, because this, for me, I think this was one of my biggest insecurities still, if not my last insecurity still. No, I still have one. I have abandonment issues, and I have fear of vulnerability in love. That's my two insecurities and issues I need to work on. But anyways, that being said, this was one of the main issues that I have been dissatisfied with since literally high school. So it has been a while. It has been about, almost 10 years. So I am so happy this happened for me. This is one of the best points about coming here. And I would say making friends in Bangkok is so easy. It's such a cosmopolitan city. There is so many foreigners. Like the young Thai people are so open to speaking English and making friends from all over the world. Like, it is such a great city to make friends in, I swear to God. So yeah, it's been amazing, and I am so glad. This is one of my favorite points from this whole video. Yeah. The next point is gonna be a bit of a lot. The next point is titled food freedom. So what do I mean by that? Without revealing too much, I think one day I will do a video or something on the topic. I have a lot of food-related trauma. I was put on a diet at 12 years old, 2 years before I hit puberty. And my weight and the food I ingested became my whole life, which led to me getting an eating disorder. And it basically fucked up 10 years of my life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It fucked up my whole teenage years. It's only been a couple of years since I have finally found the confidence to love myself, and I really do love myself so much. I do think I'm the baddest bitch out there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But it also means that I still have a lot of food-related trauma, especially with my parents. I would say my parents are amazing parents. They have not failed me anywhere except for the food/weight discourse, because obviously they were the one who put me on a diet. And we have discussed it, but sadly they have been raised in a very fat phobic society. My mom also has a lot of issues about her own weight and her own insecurities. Therefore, I really have detached myself from them on this topic, and I have accepted that they will never see completely what I'm telling them and what I'm telling them about what I felt and how their treatment of me scarred me for a long time. So, living still with my parents, again, that are very informed by the fat phobic bias of our society, and also have their own problems with food, was very hard. I would still get comments. I will still feel judged about the food I ate. And I have a lot of reasons why I know that I am right to feel that way, but I will not say them today because this is my private life. But that means that me living alone brought me into a food freedom, a freedom to eat whenever I want. I don't have to respect the schedule of, we have dinner at 8 p.m. every night. I can eat dinner. Sometimes I eat at 6 p.m. Sometimes I eat at fucking 10 p.m. I eat whenever I'm hungry. I respect my body. I respect what it tells me. When I'm hungry, I eat. And I eat wherever I want, which means that I listen to what my body is craving. I am not counting calories. I do try to respect a good healthy diet, but I do not fear judgment when I eat. I do not. So for me, that has been also a very important point. This is not completely linked to me being in Bangkok, because obviously anywhere I would live alone, it would be the case, but also the fact that the food in Thailand is so good and there is so much variety, has been very helpful in me eating a really good varied diet and never getting bored and achieving this food freedom. And I am so happy about it. Coming hand in hand in that, I am living alone finally. I have known since I was 18 that I wanted to live alone and move out of my parents. Sadly, it is not possible in Paris because as a student, I'm only allowed to work part-time, and part-time is about 600-700 euros per month, which is less than the price of renting an apartment in Paris for the most part, unless you find a really good deal. And then you also have to buy, of course, your food, pay the fees, the taxes, and all of this. Therefore, it has not been possible for me to live alone in Paris, but it has been here. As I said, it's very cheap here. Again, go watch my video on how much I spend in a month in Thailand. And it has been amazing. It has been everything I thought it would be and more. I really feel so much more independent. I feel so much more grown. I feel so much more happy about my life because I feel in full control of my life. And that's a really nice feeling to have. And yeah, it's going to be hard to come back to my house and have to live with my parents for the next 2 months. I have to say that. But yeah, we'll make it through, I hope. So yeah, it's been a really, really great point that comes with living here. Again, going hand in hand with that, I feel like my relationship with my parents has greatly gotten better. I know my mom would not say that. She would be like, I miss my daughter. I have a very Lebanese possessive mom and a very detached dad. So it does give me stress issues at times because they are both too much. Like my mom is too much and my dad is not enough. So I would like to have a mix of the two. But I have from my perspective, my relationship with my parents has gotten better because again, we have taken out the one issue I had with them, which was the food stuff. Also living together, it was kind of annoying as a grown-ass adult. I felt like I had no privacy. I could not be as independent as I want to be and also deserve to be. So for me, it has deepened my love and my appreciation for my parents, while taking out the bad parts about my parents because I don't see them on the daily. So that's been great to me. Probably they wouldn't say the same thing, but you know what? I have to put myself first in life, so. Next, we have a really, really fun point, which is kind of bringing it full circle for me, is the fun things. So obviously I came to Thailand because I fell in love with Thai dramas in 2017 with So Does the series. I know I say it all the time. And me coming here, obviously I have been able to do so much more fun things, like so much more, have so many fun stuff. I'm literally wearing a t-shirt from Land of Something, the collection of my favorite actor of all time, of Jumpun. Everyone knows this at this point. I always talk about him. as I should, honestly. And so yeah, it's just been fucking amazing to me because like there is really something to be said about living in the country of the content you consume. And me living in France, I never lived in the country of the content I consume, because before Thai stuff, I consumed a lot of American stuff like every other bitch. And now I actually live, like I see new ads being rolled in, like with actors I like. I can go to the events with my favorite actors. I can buy stuff. I can watch the series that come out before, like if a series came out, a GMMTV series came out at 8:30 p.m. I would have to literally catch it in the afternoon at 3:30 p.m. And it was like fucking horrible. Sometimes I had class, I couldn't catch it. Or like I remember when I was back in France during COVID, literally all of my Friday afternoons were dedicated to watching like a GMMTV BL and making GIFs of it on Tumblr. And it took my whole day away, you know. And on Sundays, literally I could not do anything while watching Not Me, which I'm not complaining, bestie. Not Me Day was the best fucking day ever. But yeah, every Sundays, like I would spend the whole day watching Not Me, making gifs, crying about it, sending message to my friends about it, and all of that shit. So it just like was so time consuming, whereas here now it airs at the actual right time at night. So I have my evening that I can just chill in front of my shows, and it's just like really, really nice. So yeah, overall, like it's just been so much better for me to do fun things here. And I feel so privileged to be in Thailand. Like now, like I've always understood, other international fans that were very frustrated about not being in Thailand. But I gotta say, it feels so good to be on the other side, besties. Like, oh my god, yeah, the fun things here has been awesome. I have so many cute stuff. I ordered 2 magazines with Off Porn. Like, it's been really just amazing, and I love it so much. So yeah, and going hand in hand with that, I really have felt so much closer to Thai culture. I mean, that one is a duh, like obviously, but it's been just so fucking nice. I feel like I'm so used to hearing Thai now, so my understanding of Thai has gotten even better. I think my accent and my way of speaking has also gotten way better. And I just like, I get to eat Thai food so much more often. I feel like I know Bangkok so well. I think one day I'll do like a complete guide of Bangkok video, which will be a really long video because it's so, like Bangkok is huge, besties. There's so many good places there, but yeah, like it's been really amazing to feel close to Thai culture. And I truly admire it and respect it so much. So for me to be able to live and witness this beautiful culture every day has been really, really amazing. And I feel really blessed. And I love my Thai friends. And especially when they say like, oh my God, you're like a Thai local, you know more stuff than me. And I'm like, I'm so happy when they say that, even though I know they're lying. Obviously, I will never be a Thai local, bestie. I was not born here, but it still makes me happy, you know. It's been really, really beautiful to like be able to witness some things I had seen in Thai dramas. I got to celebrate Lok Krathong and Songkran, which I saw in many Thai dramas and Thai movies. I got to see some singers that I loved in concerts. I got to see many of my favorite actors in events. I got to buy some fun stuff, and it's just been overall really beautiful. I just love Thailand so much, man. I love this country so much. Girl, I'm Thailand's #1 fan. Like, if Thailand has 1 fan, it's me. If Thailand has 0 fans, I am dead, okay? I feel so blessed for this gap year. So much. And lastly, this one will be short and sweet, was the ease of life. As I said, my life was so much easier. My lifestyle is just so much easier to maintain here. I will redirect you to my video of 10 things I prefer in Bangkok compared to Paris, because ease of life is one of the points there. But yeah, it's just been, I feel like everything is easier, and I've gained a lot of ease and a lot of relaxation in my life. I feel less stressed and more hopeful about the future. Yeah, absolutely. Hopeful about the future compared to before. Before I was scared. I was very scared. And this year has made me realize through every hoops I had to jump and every other curbs that life threw at me, that I am capable of going through anything. And I am capable of so much more than I give myself credit for. And again, as I said, it's been such a growing year, such a beautiful year of social life, travels, fun stuff, and making great friends. And I'm very, very grateful for this gap year. Absolutely the best decision I've ever taken. I want to thank you guys for coming on this journey with me, even though I know I didn't share it as much as I would have liked to. And I also want to thank every person I've encountered here in real life in Thailand, because even if we're still friends, even if we're not friends anymore, or we just met once and never met again, the impact of everyone I met really has opened my heart and made me realize that there are good people everywhere, that I can open up to others, and that I am a person who is interesting and worthy of love. This year has completely shifted my mind. I really want to say thank you to everyone, and I also want to say thank you for myself for making it happen and sticking through it, bitch. Even when I was about to give up and be like, okay, I'm done with this immigration shit, I want to go home, I never gave up. So I'm very, very happy. I am not sad at all that this year is ending. I am so glad it happened. And yeah, I think that was it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time and have a great day.